Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of Soccer As We Like It, the Man United edition. Hope you guys are having a great day. This week is going to be one of the biggest weeks in United's history in reference to cup games. United are in the Europa League against AC Milan. They could go forward or get knocked out. They got Leicester City in the FA Cup. They could go forward or get knocked out. But most of us, we want us to proceed in both. If we get one, hey. If we get none, hey, it is what it is. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is the press conference that was held with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Radford, with a lot of journalists, Simon Peach, so many other names I can't remember. A lot of them interviewed, and I'll start with the Marcus Radford interview. At the press conference, this is the press conference before the AC Milan game, which is tomorrow, a very big game, which United are in a situation whereby they need to score goals. Milan don't need to score. Well, let's go to the press conference. Marcus Rashford was asked, how does he feel constantly playing so many games? He's not having a rest. He's only had rest one in 25 games. How does he feel? Does he not feel he's over pushing himself? He said, no, I think I want to play every game. I know how my body responds, which was a good answer. Another journalist said last season you scored more goals. This season it looks like you're kind of struggling. And his response was this: every season is different and every season is harder than the previous one. So as footballers, we can only but try to be better than the previous. But we take every game as it goes. Simple and straight. The other question another journalist asked Rashford was, like Wayne Rooney, you don't. How do you feel like how Wayne Rooney started his career very early, worked so hard, played so many games, got burnt out? He answered it was same question, but in a different format, but by a different journalist, and he responded again. I know my body. I don't feel like resting. I just want to play every game, do the best, and help the club to achieve all the goals. It was a sad thing they got knocked out from the Champions League, but win the Europa League and we tried to win all tournaments. When I retire from the game, I could have as much rest as I want. Another one asked, it looks like you've been playing with a shoulder injury. When will you have time to have the surgery that after the Man United League, you're going to be playing for the Euros? He said, you know what? I push my body. I know how my body responds to me. I take every game as it comes. I work as hard as I can. And what he was trying to say was, I want to play every game. I want to play as much games as I can. I'm not tired. I know my body as much as I want. But hello, if you're injured, and because Ole as a club and the club director medicals, they have to decide when to rest a player, not to push a player, not to burn a player out, not to play on injuries. Remember when the player last season when he played played against Wolves when he should have played and he injured his fracture. He had a hairline fracture at the back and he was out for a lot of games. So this is what we're saying. It's not the player who should decide I want to play, but the manager who decides no, you need a rest. That's what we're saying. Called the manager, like Ole, have to take control, not the player. Same thing, Bruno wanted to play all the games. No, you can't play all the games. Even Alex Ferguson tell, you're not playing today's game. Next. Right, let's go to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in press conference. Right, they started by saying, oh, there are a lot of questions. We're going to go into this one. This one was very funny. How do you measure your progress for the club now? He said progress can be measured. He will measure the club progress by the consistency of how they finish in the league and not by the number of trophies they've won. He says winning trophies is just to make you have a better ego. Makes you have it feeds an ego. Trying to say it's not about winning trophies. That sometimes winning trophies could mask the actual problems of the club. They said since United had another question was United haven't won a trophy in 4 years. You have been here 2.5 of those years. He said he's told it was a total rebuild needed. We're in progress. How we finish at the end of the season through those 38 games determines how we are measured by progress, without a trophy or with a trophy. He said, as Man United, We want to win every trophy. We want to win every tournament. He said, but sometimes you can't win every tournament. There's some tournaments you have to prioritize, which I understand. If you take Arsenal Banter Football Club, they will win an FA Cup and finish 10th or 11th in the season. Is that what United fans want? Whereby we'll win a trophy, win a Carling Cup, win an FA Cup, and finish 10th in the season? But what are they trying to say is that some managers will rather win trophies than finish in a position which shows how you're measured by success. But as a Man United club, we finish high, we win all trophies. End of story. There's no trying to sugarcoat nothing. You haven't won a trophy and you're still trying to win the league. So, at the end of the season, as far as you finish high, better than last season, more points than last season, and try and win a trophy, that would make it like a good season. But if you don't achieve high in the league and you don't win a trophy, then that's regression, not progression. Then another question they asked. This was the harder question, and you can see how difficult this was. We've been hearing rumors about Van der Beek wants to leave the club. He's dissatisfied. Oh, what Ole Gunnar just said, which was so standard, so reminiscent of what Ole would say. Oh, every player, every information that comes out, you don't always have to believe everything. So much information is said that he's just working hard to get back to getting back fit and trying to do his best. He still didn't answer the question. Why is he not playing Van der Beek? Why is Van der Beek wanting to leave the club? But his response was he's trying to get back on fitness and get himself ready to prepare for the club. Do you realize Van der Beek had played less games than what's his name? Transibi. He's played less games than Transibi. Imagine that. This was a guy who was the pivotal player in that Ajax team. And now he can't even get into the United team. Because United, Ole still prefers a tried and tested Fred McTominay Matic formality than using Van der Beek, who was the pivotal player in Ajax. Second time, another question they asked was about Delot. He said Delot is playing very well, he's doing well, that the only reason why Delot was loaned out was the fact that he was always getting injured, could never stay fit, and he needed regular games, that, he's happy that he's playing in a big club, playing in a big environment, a club with big traditions, Delot has really found his fitness and is getting the consistency that is required, that he is a United player and he's been monitoring his progress and will be coming back to the club. Do you guys sometimes think Ole just tells a lot of little lies, little white lies, just to bypass a question? Do you honestly think Delot is going to be playing, even if he comes back? Do you think Delot's going to come and play and push Wan-Bissaka? I don't see that happening. I don't see it. Even Fosu Mensah was put ahead of Delot. So I don't even see Delot thinking, you know what? Why should I come back here and play and not get games? Because there's certain players Ole doesn't like. And he's just going to gradually phase them out slowly. And that's what he does. He never rated Delot. Even though Delot's a more skillful player than Wan-Bissaka, Wan-Bissaka is just a better sliding tackler. Honestly, Delot's never been given a good run. He's more skillful on the ball than Wan-Bissaka, and he could put in a better cross than Wan-Bissaka. But does Ole believe that? No, he doesn't. So all that bullshit of, he'll be coming back, that's all nonsense. Ole, come on, bro. Give a dog a bone. Stop trying to play. Stop trying to do this to us. Nah, that is not going to work, bro. It's not going to work. So those questions about Van der Beek and Delot, there was no truth in it. He lied. Both of the questions, he lied. He is not going to... Why should Van der Beek hire himself to come back and sit on the bench and warm the bench and not even come on the play? I won't bother playing because I won't bother coming on trying to get in fit in time. If they asked him about the players who are going to be out for the game tomorrow against Milan, Anthony Martial is completely out. He's not going to be there. He's not playing. Everybody is going to have a test in the morning. Same thing as Cavani and Pogba. I doubt he'll start Pogba. I think he's going to use his traditional Fred and McTominay will sit in front of these typical back four. Luke, Lindelof, Maguire, and Wan-Bissaka. Mangaloff, Maguire, and Lindelof will be in the middle. He only plays Eric Bailly when he wants to rest Lindelof. That's when he plays Bailly. And he said Eric Bailly will have him assessed to see. It would be nice if Bailly challenges Ibra. Can you honestly see Lindelof challenging Ibra if Ibra plays? Come on, guys. Come on. But this is where we are. So we're going to have assessments and leg checks on Pogba, Cavani, and what's his name? Eric Bailly. The girl's going to play. We all know that the girl's going to start. Henderson is not starting. So the lineup I think he's going to play is this. He's going to start with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Mangaloff in the middle, McTominay, McFred. That's already 6. Bruno, James, Radford, Cavani. That's your lineup. That's the lineup that's going to play tomorrow. I don't see him starting Mason. He would rather play Daniel James for energy and trying to push, even though this is a guy who can only go straight in one direction and who could only see open space. But he's going to play a workhorse. That's what he's going to do. But you ask yourself, right? What baffles me and what's always bothered me is, where do you judge United? As fans, I would judge United by how they finish and how many trophies they win. I won't rather win a League Cup and finish 10th. No, that's not United. United win trophies and finish first or second. That's the United I know. So if he cannot do both, then he needs to know that he's in the wrong club. Our tradition is to win trophies and finish as high as possible, not be Arsenal Banter Football Club and finish mid-table and win an FA Cup and say, yeah, great season. No, fuck that. But I see where he's coming from. But he cannot use that and say, United are not interested in winning trophies, only about finishing as high as possible. No. That's not United philosophy. So, after all that press conference with Bradford and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it has come down to the fact he needs to, this is a fan, who's this? He needs to get his lineup ready for tomorrow. And they have to win. If it ends 0-0, AC Milan go through. United have to go and attack. They can't sit back. Because I've noticed with United, if United go there looking for a draw, like what they did again in the Champions League, we need 1 point against 2 teams and we're through. And what did they do? They lost both games. See what I mean? You have to go with the mentality of winning. If you go there seeking a certain thing, you will not get that. Look at how RB Leipzig, that game is one of the most crucial games in United's football history, in Champions League. RB Leipzig knew United, they needed to beat United. United needed a draw. A draw! RB Leipzig blitzed United. The first 5 minutes, United were 2 down. Because they ran at United. United start very slow. They need to wake up and smell the coffee very, very fast and hear themselves. Are we going to win this game? Because if you sit back, AC Milan will destroy you. You have to go and attack AC Milan and go and score. Because 2-2 will take United through. 1-1 takes us to extra time. 3-3, we win. 0-0, we're out. Anything other than that. Anything other than 2-2 or win, we are out. Simple as that. I'm not going to talk about the Leicester game yet because that is going to be discussed after the match against AC Milan. And apparently, Ibra might be playing. And if he plays, could you imagine Lindelof against Ibrahimovic? Woo! I can't wait to see that game. So I'm Tim Russell. Tell us what you thought about Ole Gunnar's responses to the press conference and Marcus Rashford's responses about his overplaying and playing with an injured shoulder, and Ole talking about United's measurement of success and how he answered the Van der Beek and the Delot questions. Drop your comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Join us to make us get to our 4,000 subscribers target. That's our target for this year. We're trying to get to that on the road to 4,000. So be on that journey with us. We really appreciate it. I'm Tim Ross, your host. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the watch along. From me is goodbye and good night and glory, glory, Man United. Hopefully we get a victory in Milan. I'll see you down the road.